listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, and streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for the A-List Dallas. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest A-List Dallas news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, it's AfterBuzz TV for the A-List Dallas.
I know a place, pretty as pie, where the river bend hits up with the end of the sky. It's left in Nebraska and over a crest on a little patch of heaven.
What's going on, Kenny?
What the hell is this?
What is this?
It said home on the range, but apparently it's something else.
Go with it, Jesus.
Right.
I can't.
Well, we can't.
I'm with you.
Thank you.
Of course you would be.
Well, welcome to the AfterBuzz for episode 3 of the A-List Dallas. Revenge and Karma's a Bitch. I just think that sentence sounds weird to me, but that's fine.
It's because you're accentuated. Bitch.
Bitch. I'm Batch.
You're such a dick. Already?
We're just using our repertoire of curse words before we say anybody's name or anything. I'm Jacque Borowski, and next to me is...
I'm Cameron Marston.
And across from me...
Natalie Bratney.
And I'm Kenny.
And in the booth, we have...
Kenny
Forget
Harrison.
it. You're
Jesse
done.
Janedy.
DJ Jesse.
So, let's talk about some post-fight drama. The episode opens still at the pool party with the 300 to 400 guests, right?
The $50,000 party.
Yep.
Divided by 3.
Right. Where we learn that Ashley has rhinestoned her own dress. I read her blog.
The glue is still drying.
The glue is still drying as she's dancing. I guess my first question is, there's this ambiguity around, he's like, oh, I didn't push them in the pool. I didn't push them in the pool. Then I did, then I didn't. How do you guys feel about his sort of, what's this guy's name again? Taylor's ambivalence to the whole situation?
I think the Christian society should put out a public apology for his representation of their group. Jesse?
I definitely agree, and I'm going to put that apology up for us. He is the most evil, manipulative SOB I've...
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
Son of a bitch.
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 He's a 7-year-old. He acts like a child.
Yeah. And to the point where Ashley's going to pray for him.
Well,
That's how you solve it.
prayer list. Well, my
This
whole
is my
thing
prayer
was, I think for me, it was just the fact that he didn't care. I mean, he had he didn't apologize.
remorse.
Yeah, he was just like, well, it's done. And trust me, I kind of to a certain extent agree. What's done is done. You can't change anything. I'm kind of that kind of person. However, don't give me the bug eye, you over there. However, I do think that he should, man up and apologize. What do you guys think of him? What's his face? Levi about to do some damage to his face.
Which way did he go?
I brought it up last
Which way
week.
did he go?
It looked like if they get into a relationship, it's going to look like an abusive relationship.
Like
the way he just
Austin,
came at him,
yeah.
and then Taylor just kind of stood in the corner like, just take it.
May I
He
point
looked
out,
like he was going to take it.
Jesse, this is the wrong episode on the TV.
That's okay. We just wanted to see his balls be shaved.
That
He
was
deserves
last week.
this,
Actually,
man.
I thought the colonics was
This
funny.
hurts.
Yeah, I was like, I turned to Jesse and I was like, we just watched someone poop on TV. Like,
I thought it was
seriously.
hilarious.
So did I.
I think that's something that's actually funny.
Wait, but
That's for later. That's in our other topic.
I was
Sorry.
just waiting for the sound. But anyway, going back to Christians, I did
They're all going
I
down.
did like
Pooping and then
Ashley.
Christians.
At least Ashley was, Christian enough, and I guess seemingly his friend enough to not, or to at least attempt to stop Levi from hitting him. That was nice.
But then
That was pretty brave too for a girl in a glued-on glitter dress.
yeah,
I
Right?
thought so. Except for the fact
I know,
that
right?
I found it actually, and I know this is nitpicky, but I found it so racist that she was like, well, there was an angry black man coming at him in a cowboy. I was like, Phillip didn't come at him at all.
And
I
he's
don't
the
remember.
opposite of angry.
Actually, he did.
Actually,
He
it sounded like
punched
a
him.
bad joke.
Yeah, Phillip whacked him.
Yeah.
And we,
You
know,
should have said flamboyant gay black man. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, I was like,
I would've
that's just a racist comment to me. But, and I'm still comparing these characters to
Oh
the
my God.
A-List New York.
Why even
And-
bother?
And
They all suck.
Jesse made the point when we were watching it. He was like, Nyasha wouldn't have stood for that if she was the one who got in between like Ashley did and got a little bit pummeled. Yeah, Nyasha would have been like, you don't hit a woman.
Well, because like Levi legit pushed her.
Levi actually
If
like
you
this
watch
wasn't.
it back.
Yeah, this wasn't the like sourpuss like I kind of tapped your arm Austin hit. This was she got shoved. She got
She
shoved.
got white girl scared like, ah.
Move over, cattle.
And we were also comparing
I have to say, we have really
Taylor-
good conversations in our screenings. Just saying.
we
Sorry, guys.
That's random.
Sorry.
we're funnier elsewhere.
We thought we would save them, but it never works out.
I know,
that way.
that's why I didn't want to
Well,
make
this
any
is
of
why
my
I don't even
comments during
show
the
up to the
screenings.
screening because of you people.
Levi. We
Like
said,
he said with his hand.
We said Levi reminds us of Riken, and the other kid reminds us of
Austin.
Austin.
Which
But
one?
see,
Wait, Taylor?
Taylor.
Oh.
And see, I was even watching it, and we know I am the #1 fan of Austin.
Do we?
I'm his cheerleader fan club. But
Party of
I
one.
actually wrote what else? What else?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You guys all get stickers and invites later.
Don't take that.
Taylor and Austin have this similar way of making people hate them, except for the only difference is Austin, I don't think intentionally
money?
does it. No, he doesn't intentionally does it. Taylor is in there and he's like, oh, I like, oh my God, I just totally blanked
Well,
out.
he totally can retreat to his lovely lavish home.
I have
and,
two jobs.
Yeah, and I don't have time for this.
Two
And
businesses.
it's
Yeah.
just whatever.
And he
know,
keeps
I-
talking
His
about
ass.
making, he keeps saying that he can manipulate people, and he's saying this to the camera, whereas Austin's just, every time Austin is in his little thing, he's like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, we all can see what's gonna happen in the reunion. They're gonna wash this back, and then that's just gonna blow up
Yes.
all over again. So
Yes.
I was just thinking, oh, wait to the end. It's all
That's
gonna come back.
I compared James, well, there he is,
Austin.
more to Austin, just
Me too.
in level of drinking. And, he didn't like, or he doesn't like Levi and Taylor's relationship. He seems kind of jealous and he can't get over the past. Like Austin seemed to not get over, his past with Riken. But not in terms of money.
Yeah.
Austin clearly has no job.
Right.
And James is a trust fund baby.
Austin has no life either, in my opinion.
No.
But he has a husband.
And they're both super young and
Has a
immature,
husband.
and
They're
it's no comparing. I don't think this is the A-list at all. This is
Well-
the characters on here are just trashy, and I think Levi's drunk most of the time. If you see him on
they're
camera,
all-
show now.
his face gets all twitchy when he talks, and his eyes are glazed over, and I feel like Levi's drunk in a lot of his scenes.
I
think
feel
it's
like you
something
just
very
hatched
strange
from your
about him.
chrysalis.
I'm here. I've got something to say.
Okay, you say
Levi's
it,
drunk.
sister.
That was it.
Okay. Moving on to inchwear.
Must we?
First off, I think this is the stupidest idea for a line of clothing.
I don't think it's
Let's get into the
stupid.
conversation.
I think it's kind of catchy, but I think the execution is not. It's kind of
But with me here, who is going to actually buy this? Like, who are you going to be like, oh, I'm a 6 inches. I guess I'll buy the 6-inch one.
Have you been to Texas?
Also, I think
It's all a myth.
frat
though,
boys
by the way.
too.
I like the only people I saw in Texas when I went there were crackheads. Okay. And I did not think about their penises.
Jackie, I was not in Texas. That
Views
wasn't
expressed
me.
herein are those of the host only, do not necessarily reflect the
It
views of
wasn't me.
AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
I just think that, it's a good idea.
I think it's a cute idea, but no, I don't think it will.
I don't think it's
not going to be Marc Jacobs.
Well, even with what's his name, the Phillip, when he was supposedly in his 9,
boy.
and they told him to stuff it with more. It's like, really? And I think that's what you'll get. You'll get a lot of guys who, they want to be 9, 10, and it's not.
I think this is just more problems feeling that whole like Adonis factor. It's like, oh, I have to be bigger and better than the person next to me.
Well, you have to also know that most people, well, a lot of guys are growers and not showers. Is that correct?
I think it's sadder to. Okay, I think it's. I would have more pity for a man who's actually well endowed and can't get it up. I know that's random, but we have this conversation.
Wait, I have to break that apart and think about it for a second.
Take 2 scenarios.
That would caught me off
guard. A not so well endowed man, but can get it up, and a really well endowed man now has this high expectation, but he can't get it up.
It's called masturbation. That's why you go home by yourself.
Or Viagra.
That too.
No, I definitely think there's a market for it. I think it'll fit. I don't want to. I could see it at like an Urban Outfitters, but then again, I don't want to taint that brand. But or like an Abercrombie sub. Like I could see guys who wear Abercrombie would wear that.
It's definitely more Abercrombie.
Yeah, so I think there's definitely a market for it. Yeah.
No, I can see it at Rough Trade.
They don't know what Rough Trade is.
I don't know what that is either.
It's a specialized store. They sell a lot of underwear, a lot of
leather,
swimwear.
Why is it called Rough Trade?
Uh-oh.
And what are you trading?
Roughness.
It's getting a little.
Well, there's one level of all sex stuff, and there's others, what's undergarments and swim trunks and
like legal stuff.
Yeah, and novelty items like a bachelor party.
Yeah.
Like fake dildos.
And not so novelty items.
Yeah. Like glory holes.
I love Ashley's one. I know this is
self-colonic.
Moving away from glory holes. I love Ashley's one-liners.
You should just step back there.
I know. I love Ashley's one-liners and how.
Okay.
This is in relation to inchwear though. But when she invites him in, they're always drinking in every scene. Like,
which is good because they would be boring if they weren't.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And they're kind of boring.
So she invites.
Told us.
She invites him in, and he's like, oh, have I told you about my line inchwear? And she goes, I heard you talk about it before, but I never cared.
Yeah,
that is. Yeah,
I have to start using that.
She has some great. Like, I don't think she even realizes.
But
what she's
that
saying.
Also brings up the point. Is this a new like venture of his, or is it like
It came off that way in the marketing scene where he thought his pictures were good, and the marketing expert was kind of like, "This is all terrible."
Well, he even said that these are professional.
The fact that he used Phillip to begin with shows it was still a little.
Because he was guest checking. He was like, well, he didn't have a plan when he went in there, and she's like, well, do you want a place to shoot? Like, what's your concept? And he's like, I have hot friends.
I think they're building up the brand, for the show.
Right.
And then I'm just going to throw something out there. I think there is sexual tension between Levi and Phillip.
Yes.
It is so uncomfortable. And we're going to see it more in the next episode, but that's with Levi with everyone.
I love his butt, and I want to give him 4 thumbs up.
By the way.
Yeah. He's
never mind.
Just so.
Kenny, why
there's something there.
Don't muffle it.
Nothing.
Kenny.
It's a personal. Okay, Phillip's butt is not as impressive to me
as Austin's butt
or as mine.
Or as
I agree with Jackie. Austin had a nice fat booty.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but I mean,
we should compare. You want to compare?
Let's
let the audience decide.
Can we have them send in pictures?
No.
Are they listening?
We'll do this.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that. No.
We'll do this in the confessional booth. We'll have a butt contest.
Okay.
Best butt contest.
This before or after we have sex, Jackie?
Wait, are we talking about Austin and Phillip's butt still? I'm. Where do we go with this?
I'm making a move.
This just became personal.
Look at Cameron.
Only if you
buy me. Let's not look at Cameron.
Only if you buy me dinner after.
You guys are all on my prayer list.
Thank you.
We're all going to hell, so it doesn't
That's okay.
matter.
My sister apparently prays for me all the time.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that photo shoot though, where that was
Kenny,
where they're in like poo infested water.
Oh.
B, they should have brought a whole bunch of cocoa butter, but that's just me.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, it's
baby oil, anything.
It's like when
cocoa
you
butter.
let's
I
compare
thought you
it.
can spit it down.
Let's compare it to photo shoots. Oh my god.
That's a lot of spit to be spitting down. I'm sorry.
Let's compare this. Let's compare this to the photo shoots we would see that Mike would do. where you have.
That is a perfect.
I didn't even think about that.
please.
Mike
I
is
didn't think about that
laughing
either.
at this episode, probably.
I didn't even think about that either. We
As
have
I'm
two
watching that,
photographers
yeah,
on
as
both
I'm
shows.
watching that, I'm like, and he's talking about the amateur quality, and she's like, "Oh, the lighting's bad," and he's like, Levi's shoveling water on Phillip's body. I'm like, and Mike's photo shoot when Rodney was doing that like rugged, like man sex photography.
There was baby oil.
First of all,
and there was a lighting
Yes,
person.
First of all-
there's a
and there was
lighting person.
equipment.
There
I
was
love
a
you, Mike.
person who specifically was there to spray baby oil on Rodney, who is not Mike.
well, that's the
No
thing.
one going
is
like this.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, anyone who's ever made a movie or is a photographer knows that dark people are hard to light as opposed to lighter people or white people. So just
This
for
is
her,
true in my iPhone videos of my family. I mean,
okay.
my family and I.
So just using just direct
didn't know
sunlight.
Well, did you want to share that with Tyler Perry?
Well, I said anyone who's made good movies or photography.
Tyler, I like your movies. I just don't like the.
Unnecessary roughness.
I'm just saying. He okay. Sidebar. He hired
Kim Kardashian in his movie.
Tyler Perry. He just hired Kim Kardashian.
Now I really won't see any of his movies.
I know.
Before I just
I've
wasn't.
never
now I'm
watched
really not.
any of his.
No.
Well, it makes
racist-
sense. He wants to get the white crowd to come and watch his movies.
please.
He makes
Kim
Kim
Kardashian-
Kardashian
is not white.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute, but
No.
who watches her show?
White
I don't
folks.
know.
White
There you
folks
go.
in Canada.
My mom. Okay.
Well, Cameron's white.
In my defense, I still have not
Partially.
watched The Wedding.
Well, I love
I'm
Courtney.
in
I mean,
VR,
I love
and
Courtney.
I'm debating deleting it.
She may be dumb, but she's. I don't know. Whatever. Don't judge.
Yeah, I'm pretty mad at
I'm a
Tyler
Christian.
Perry that he did. Kim
Don't judge.
Kardashian's not.
Oh, look, that was not his first
needs to stop.
mistake.
But I
And it
forgave
sure won't be
him
his last
for
mistake.
all of his mistakes. I will not forgive him for this one.
Later on the AfterBuzz Tyler Perry, you can hear more about this.
Can we do this in the confessional?
No, I want to do it right now.
Okay,
Let's
this
hash it out.
is. Let's bring this back to the bad photo shoot, where and then we get. I guess this can be in predictions though. There's a little bit of a foreshadowing of a fight between Levi
Ashley.
and Ashley, but anybody else have anything to say about
Well,
the
he
bad
threw
photo
Ashley
shoot?
under the bus. She was trying to explain to him, like, you know, hey, we're in bad
It's
light,
true.
we need to move, and he was kind of calling the shots. And then when the guy criticized his photos, he was like, Ashley disappointed me, man.
But it
was
still
pretty-
wasn't
it was pretty
professional. She does a lot
Yeah.
of like
does
local like
weddings.
wedding photos. But I
But
mean,
still-
I see two sides. I see two sides.
Do you have somebody
not
with
like a
like a,
Mike-
flex field or
Yeah,
something?
it's not
I mean,
like a
come
Mike
on.
caliber.
Let's keep it
It's-
in perspective. Okay, the style that we've seen so far, as clothing, makeup, hair.
Glued on dress pieces.
Did you expect much from the photo shoot?
But when someone says that they're profession, that's what they do for a living, you would expect, you know, not mediocre. You know what I mean? It's just like,
Right.
and even like Phillip only had one, didn't he only have one bathing suit on the entire time?
Because the other bathing suit
Yeah.
was stuffed in his pants to make
Oh,
him look
that's right.
bigger.
Yeah.
That was
could've-
it.
Forgot about that one.
Recycled them through.
And then some of the shoot,
Yeah.
it wasn't even like she's like, oh, just go into the water, go into the water. So he's so far in the water, you can't even see the bathing suit anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So who do you guys blame?
Is
in
that
the
a
end?
color?
I both.
I blame all of them.
Yeah.
Even Phillip. Let's just blame
Just for
him.
being there, for being stupid.
Speaking of Phillip being stupid,
Wait, and he went and got that damn colonoscopy, and
oh my
did you
god,
see anything change about
No.
his body?
No.
he had a nice body to begin with. He didn't need to have poop it all out on TV.
I did thoroughly enjoy it though.
His
I have
stock,
to say.
not
It
that
made
his
me
stock was high,
curious.
but his stock went down like 20%.
That's
for
fine
that-
with me.
that
It
We
was
learned
funny.
he's a top.
I didn't want to bring that up,
Apparently.
but I would have
That was
guessed that.
shocking.
I would have expected him to be a bottom. Just gonna
But you
say.
know what? If he's doing his couch, it's okay.
He's a top amongst all the bottoms.
Exactly.
All right.
He's
Just
the
because
top
you
of the
ride a dick
bottoms.
don't mean that you a top. Okay.
Oh lordy. So let's talk about him and his Paris Hilton friend. That was probably one of the most annoying scenes I've seen on television.
That was the best scene.
It was hard to tell if she was doing that. Well, she definitely was doing that for the camera, but
Yeah.
how they just stretched it out. Like there was no, oh, just kidding, ha ha ha. It just kept going.
Yeah,
I
and
was
it
gonna-
was
It's
pretty bad.
literally like watching. It was literally like watching The Simple Life.
It was so bad. I wanted to swallow alcohol.
I
Like,
wanted to swallow.
rubbing
I wanted to
alcohol. It was so
swallow a
bad.
Barbie shoe and then get a
It was
colonoscopy.
awful.
That's how bad it was.
It was
And find it later.
amaze.
I wanted to.
Amazed.
I almost broke my TV. That's how bad it was.
I don't think she was actually playing for the camera.
I think
because
she was
know-
real. I think she was
I
real
know
too.
a lot of girls that are really like that, and I think that's why
Oh
Phillip
my God.
acts the way he does act on the show. because he hangs out with those types of girls. But yeah, I don't think she was.
And he thinks it's cool.
Yeah.
And that poor
He
dog.
just wants
That
to
poor
be
dog.
fabulous. He wants to be that type of wealth. And
Be relevant.
yeah.
That poor
Current.
dog looks like it was in a cheetah print straitjacket. Its arms all stuck out like this.
And she was clutching it for
She was
dear
clutching
life.
it for dear life.
I swear. Oh, jeez.
Well, let's talk about James's date.
Okay,
one
how
of
to
the
lose
most
a guy
awkward
in
dates
10
ever.
days. James version. That was exactly how to lose a guy in 10 days.
I kind of glazed over in that.
That was maybe my favorite part of the whole show.
I hated that part.
We're watching it, and Jesse's like, "No, this can't
Don't
be
do
real.
it. Oh,
No,
he said it.
it was
Oh.
so
Well,
painful.
it was like, oh, what's your name? Where you from? And his response was, I love you. Let's get married. Like, really? Who does that on the first date besides
okay,
Jesse?
A, his date was hot, but B,
Really?
You saw that guy sweating too. He was just like,
Yeah, I loved his date.
Wait a minute. Have you guys? All right. Have you ever really been? He was like, that's the scariest type of date to ever go on when you go on a date, and they just like you're just having like a normal conversation, and they're staring in your eyes, and you're like, why are you looking at me like that?
no, it's totally
It's
like the movie, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
awkward.
but the A-list version.
Yes, in 5 minutes.
Yes.
The call is coming from inside the house.
I wrote down a couple of the things he said. Things like, when I start borrowing your shirts and stuff, I just want to kiss you, but the table's stopping me. And then him saying, when you leave, I will find you.
Not in a stalking sort of way. Well, kind of.
That was a line in, what was that? Oh, Wedding Crashers. Remember Isla Fisher?
Yes. Yes.
That's
He's
what I
like,
thought of.
I will
I've never
find
used
you.
that.
And he's like, what do you think of me? The guy pauses for like a Meet Joe Black 20 minutes.
You're nice.
It was awful.
You're a good guy.
And then, oh my God.
And just that tone, I love it.
And then him wondering I was like, this can't be real. Him wondering what went wrong on the date or whatever, and talking about why he doesn't date in that.
Well, we know why he
Scene.
doesn't date, because
I
he's
know, but
awful at it.
In that scene later, I was just like, you can't be serious, thinking that, not thinking over it and being like, oh, maybe I was creepy.
But you also have
they
to
should have
understand he
said that.
doesn't work. I don't think he has social skills. So I mean, I think that like plays into the whole like.
He needs a social
he's
skill
young.
coach.
He's a good bartender.
He seems to be used to getting everything he wants, except for in that department. But in every
Right.
other aspect, just comes easy for him.
God gives where he takes away.
In
Amen.
inches.
In inches.
Oh, geez. He's special.
His therapist was special.
I liked the therapist part, though. I thought it was
I
cute.
didn't like the fact that she told him to throw the paper in the water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
littering.
litter. Yeah.
I hope they were fined.
But you know what? I'm sure some PA went down there and grabbed a piece of paper, so it was okay.
I mean,
I don't know about that.
maybe a freshwater dolphin
Did you
died.
see where they were at? This was like the
The swamp. That's where
yeah,
they were at.
but I feel
The
like
thing crawled
I
out
feel
of
like that was like a similar place to where they took the photo shoot. Did it
Probably the
look-
same place.
Yeah, and I feel like this is like the poor man's version of the park bench in New York, where they kept filming all those scenes. Like they would be like, where can we have a really insightful scene? Let's use that park bench again. And so this is like the poor
only
man's
water
version.
in the whole vicinity of Dallas.
Yeah, they're
it's
like-
probably the reservoir for like shit. It was where all the sewer go. That's where it is.
They're like, okay, let's go to the shit sewer
And,
and film
and
another
Phillip
scene
was
there.
flopping around in it, like the dirty will he is. I'm sorry.
That was probably
Phillip,
filming on the other side.
He's not doing good for my people. So.
None of them are doing good for our people.
No,
For
but
any
my
people.
personal people in particular, he is awful.
I feel there are a lot of,
This is not over. Mark my words. Sorry. What?
they're
Kenny's been drunk and actually did things similar.
I was gonna say, Ken, he actually kind of reminds me.
Wait, you've never seen me
just-
under the influence of alcohol.
I don't need to.
I want to see
Kenny
it.
was so heated, and he wasn't fighting with anybody directly. Like he wanted to physically beat them out. He was like, but he did the hiding. Oh, he just couldn't get his point across, and he was getting frustrated.
When
I
was
love it.
this?
Oh my god!
Wait a minute. The question
It was
is,
an
when
out-of-town
was
tournament.
this not this?
Can we fill these up with vodka next time?
Sure. Just
Maybe
don't
by
say
the
it
end of the
online.
show. Just kidding.
You know what's serious when they clap their hands?
Because it's out of frustration.
okay. Let's cut to commercial.
The biggest new media platform on the web just got bigger. More bandwidth, smoother streaming, lightning, faster fast download.
Don't get technical with me.
AfterBuzz TV is making the jump to hyperspace. Join the fun at your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Look at the size of that thing.
AfterBuzz TV.
Looking at hamburger meat.
Well, I want a hamburger. Is there an In-N-Out around here?
All right,
Are we
hey,
back?
we're back.
We're live.
Speaking of Christian,
Speaking of burgers and inchware and meat,
Let's move.
and John 3:14 or whatever.
That's a
God
fast
so
commercial.
loved
That's
the
on the
world.
bottom. The John 3:14. That's on the bottom of the In-N-Out
In-N-Out.
stuff.
But is there
did
one
I make an
around
Ashley comment? Oh my God, I'm Ashley. I'm gonna go glue shit on my shirt later.
No, you have good taste. What are you talking about?
Please don't.
I love your shoes.
Oh, thanks. So let's move on to our special topic, which is about being out in the workforce.
Oh, I thought it was colonics. Sorry.
We can segue.
We can segue into colonics.
Well, once they
Nah.
come out of the closet,
Let's
they
do it.
go and get colonics.
Janet does.
Oh lordy.
So does an usher.
Oh, well,
Wait,
yeah.
Usher?
Apparently, a lot of celebrities get colonics, which I. Does anybody?
Isn't
know?
it to relieve the toxins?
To help
Yeah.
wash. Whatever.
I thought this was only if your colon has a problem.
Well, no,
No.
I've heard that because your
you
body
build
does
up
not
5 to 10 pounds or so.
Well,
of
your body,
gunk and
yeah, your body doesn't from birth doesn't get rid of all the toxins from your body, so it's
I would do
it's
to
not
lose
just
5
toxins.
pounds.
You get a buildup. It's tubes that go through your body. You build up along the lining, and you want to kind of wash that out so your body has better absorption.
Interesting. You learn something new every day.
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
Woo!
and next week Jackie's gonna
Poop
demonstrate
is
for us.
good.
Next week I
In the
am
middle
going
of
to
the
get a
table.
She's gonna lay
colonoscopy.
on
I
the
was
table.
actually going to volunteer just for
Sick.
the health benefits.
You can watch us all
it.
poop on AfterBuzz.
Oh my God! Please don't.
You know, I'm not going to lie. It wouldn't be the first time. I had to do it in high school when I had appendicitis, and they didn't know what it was. Then I felt violated.
But see,
But
that's
I
for
did
an
feel
actual
thinner.
problem.
Yeah.
Sidebar. Okay, so we mentioned
Everything's a sidebar.
we mentioned the black therapist, and then the colonics lady was
Yes,
black.
black professional.
Yes. Sorry.
Philip,
I was really excited about that too last
Philip
night.
only goes.
We're
Philip
moving
only,
up. Oh,
Philip only
sorry.
goes to black professionals.
Yeah, wait. I was just gonna say, why are all the black?
That's
professionals
fine.
in
They're
film?
not
support your
at my
people.
doctor's offices.
Keeping it in his community.
Exactly. Even though they don't like gay
Tyler,
people.
hook him up.
Most of my doctors are Persian. I just
Thank you.
I'm going to make more dumb Ashley comments. Anyway, let's move on to our special topic so I don't have to make stupid comments.
Why? We love it.
Is that new?
That's our special topic.
That's our
Right?
special topic.
Are you in or are you in the way?
I have been away for too long.
You were here last week.
Oh,
You're not sober though.
always sober and
Last week, or maybe it was the week before, everything starts to blur. Natalie mentioned that she mentioned that she thinks that Taylor might run into a problem when he's out in the
Or
workforce.
now while this is airing.
Yeah.
Actually.
Being that he's openly gay and he's a Republican and he wants to go into politics, and that those things rarely go together. And then Kenny sent around an article on it's the Verizon guy, right?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Basically, he had come out and everyone was pretty much asking him if he had lost his job, which he actually hadn't. His contract had ended. And he was just basically, you want to sum it up, Kenny?
Well, excuse me. He basically he came out at a young age, and right before he signed his contract for Verizon, or for this company, he was worried. Sorry.
We knew it was Verizon.
So he was worried before he signed on the dotted line. He was worried that he'd have to disclose his sexuality to this company that he's going to be representing for. I'm not sure because his contract ended in like this year, but it ran for 10 to 12 years. So he wasn't sure if he should say, oh, by the way, I'm gay and blah, 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 which is funny to me because I didn't know he was gay. And
I didn't either.
I just knew that he was the Verizon guy.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I would care if he was gay or not. So, but it brings up a good point as to, when people take jobs, even even when I got hired at the current job that I'm working at, I even debated, should I tell him I'm gay? When is a good time, I guess, or blah, blah, blah. But it's just, it just brings up the point. And I think as far as entertainment goes, as far as, a lot of us work in the entertainment industry, that sort of thing is kind of, especially if you're an actor, it's kind of frowned upon. It's kind of like, it's best if you stay in the closet. And we even said it with not TJ, Ryan from the New York cast, on how the producers were trying to not gay him, make him gay.
Make
ungay
him seem less
right.
gay, yeah.
So in relation to Taylor, my thing is, I feel they already know that he's gay. And I think
But our politics, and this is, I guess, a sidebar. Are politics separate? I know, another sidebar. But are politics separate from entertainment?
No, I don't think so. But I have this feeling that a lot of politicians will shake your hand and smile in your face, but still they're not gonna say what's on their mind. Like I don't think Obama's gonna walk up to me and say, "Hey, nice to meet you. Vote for me. Oh, by the way, I don't support gay marriage." He's not gonna say it. He's gonna turn around and say, "Fire him."
Perfect example of that is Kathy Griffin during her comedy show. Was it Michelle Bachmann or someone? And asked her something like, "Oh, are you gonna, I actually forget what she asked. She asked her about gay marriage or something, and was it Michelle Bachmann? Does everyone know what I'm talking about? She just kind of smiled and nodded. And, Michelle Bachmann, everyone kind of knows her stance on the whole situation. But Kathy Griffin approached her about it, and she was just kind of like smiled and shook her hand. And
yeah.
But I should clarify with the whole Taylor work, he represents Christians and Republican. Like, that's how he's portraying himself. But then you have scenes which they just showed where him and Levi are talking about the great sex that they had. And I'm just worried that Christian Republicans, I'm worried for Taylor's sake. I'm not Republican and I'm not very religious, but he's there. It's just going to be a horrible backlash on him.
Well,
you know what I mean? Republicans and Christians aren't going to be happy that he's saying identifying himself with that, but then talking about the great sex that he has in a barn. And that's what I'm worried about.
And then not behaving in a very Christian way is the other thing.
And that's the whole thing about the whole Christian Republican thing about homosexuality is they think it's just about sex. And what Taylor is describing
it's just about sex.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to see. They're not going to see that it's not just, I don't even like calling it a lifestyle.
They're reinforcing the stereotypes they have
exactly.
in mind.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Which is, I guess when you see these politicians who are so anti-civil rights for gay people, then it turns out they're sleeping. No, but then it turns out they're sleeping with men, and you kind of wonder, okay, how, you're kind of self-hating because you're sleeping with men, but then you're going out and you're saying that you don't agree with this lifestyle and whatnot. And I think this is, it's one of those things where this is showing what is like, exactly what they don't need to see, because they're seeing more of that reinforcement of, oh, this is just sex. This is not about relationships.
So who do you blame?
And they're going to use this as propaganda. Like, see, this is, what the gay community is like. Sorry, continue.
No, I saw Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh,
I love that movie.
I can't stand that movie.
I
no
love
sidebar on
it.
Little Shop of Horrors.
I love it.
Damn her. Anyway,
we'll go to the dentist later, Kenny.
Oh, I love that part. That's my favorite part. My whole thing with the whole, I've kind of lost where I was gonna say, but my thing about Taylor and his whole, we were talking about the, excuse me, we were talking about the self-hating Republican, blah blah blah. My question that I kind of want to pose to you guys is, who do you blame for that? Do you blame Taylor, or do you blame the show? Or do you blame Logo for Aaron? I mean, it's
all of them.
But why though? Like, why?
Because I blame Taylor because as a Christian gay Republican, he should feel that he has something to prove. If you've read the Bible, then you would know why you feel you should prove that. I'm not one to go around waving a flag on behalf of anything, but there are certain things that I wouldn't put out into the public that he's putting out. I blame the show because they specifically casted him because of what I can imagine what his audition was, or what his video spoke about, and how he was related to Levi and everybody. So they knew what they were getting themselves involved in. And then I blame, and not only that, why are you putting together a show that promotes something that negative? When you already know we're getting backlash for that. And then that's when I put the blame on Logo for allowing them to let that go through.
Which makes it very understandable for me as to why Mike Ruiz is like, I'm done. I'm out.
Well, the A-list New York, I didn't think there was anything wrong with the representation there. I think they,
I think it was
bad.
I think it was everything.
Well,
But
compared
it was
to
compared
Dallas,
to this. Yeah. But I still think
it showed,
it was...
that gay men can be successful and that they, can have happy lives and marriages, and that they have, Riken had like a jewelry line, a cologne line. They all had careers that I thought were really positive.
But Riken jumped from bed to bed or attempted to jump from bed to bed.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, that wasn't bad because that's anyone who's single. To me, it doesn't matter with, what your sexuality is.
But it's fodder
it just
that's
shows.
now set up, regardless of the reality of it across the mainstream.
But the other castmates jumped in and told him it was wrong. With this, nobody's saying to him that it's wrong. They're kind of laughing about it, or it's just kind of kept quiet, and they're all whores.
Yeah, I almost blame the producers because I think they probably saw the success or whatever they saw from A-List New York. And they're like, let's make it even more outrageous. And that's just now.
But I don't think that hair guy is a whore. Who's the hair guy? My favorite.
The one who reminds me of the Leave Britney Alone guy.
Yeah, no.
But I still like
About the way he
Ashley.
talks.
I think she confronting...
I think Ashley means well.
I like her better than Yasha.
She confronted him about you don't
she's-
even feel bad about the whole pushing the person in, and I don't know, whatever.
But I think
It's
Chase.
Texas.
I think Chase might have some substance. It's like he's trying to.
Great one-liners.
Yeah, he's got great one-liners, but he's trying to. It seems like he's trying to mediate the situation.
He's mature,
and he
too.
doesn't get too heated. Like when when Zachary kind of blew up at him. That's that guy's name, right? Zachary. When he blew up at him, he just kind of.
James?
I don't remember.
James
the Christian Republican
guy.
guy.
Oh, Taylor.
Taylor. Oh my God, I'm making up names. So when
I was gonna call him asshole, but I mean, hey, that's
yeah.
just
So
me.
when Taylor blew up at him, he was just kind of like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And
But like I said, he's mature. Chase is the oldest cast member.
that's
I think
true.
he's about 27
As was
or
pointed out
28.
with his like wrinkles and shit. And I mean, if that was me, I would have been so pissed off.
I'm
He
older
just
than
left.
he is, and I feel bad that they called him old
Girl,
with
you're
his
black.
wrinkles.
You ain't cracking.
Oh,
I said that to my mom the other day.
And what'd she
She
say?
enjoyed it. She's like,
But it's okay that he said it.
Who?
Oh my
can he?
gosh.
That's
Oh,
okay.
I can say it.
He can say it.
Yeah.
I can say it to my mom too. I'm
But
just
back
saying.
to
Girl,
the-
give me 5 again. There
Back
we
to
go.
the special topic at hand.
That's why they sit us next to each other. See?
Oh Lord.
Rooms divided.
Okay.
So us,
Whatever shade whitey over there.
Jackie, we're
so
still
us
friends at work,
overlooking
right?
white people. Yes. Oh Lord.
I
But-
want equality, okay? And I want it now. Jeez.
Well,
Okay.
back to the job
Okay,
thing.
sorry.
I don't think that you should have to, in any instance. Even I mean, obviously you're on a show like the A-List New York, so people know that you're gay. But or A-List Dallas, I'm sorry, so people know that you're gay. But in any instance for any job, I don't think you have to go into it discussing your sexuality at all. Either way.
Right.
And I don't even. I mean, it would.
Isn't that what human research, like the whole policies are there for?
Right. Exactly. But that
But
it would
do you
be.
know what? I'm sorry, and I feel like it comes up in conversation though, whether we want it to or not.
No, but I'm just saying that people, when it comes up in conversation, that's fine, whatever. But I don't think that I wish that we could get rid of that whole. Do I have to tell this person? When's a good time to tell this person? It shouldn't be. That's like an element of fear that should not be there. And I
This
don't.
is a job, not an audition.
Right, but I also feel it would be ideally nice to also not have it in the entertainment industry as well. To not have people be like, okay, if I want to play this role, when do I tell people I'm gay, or when can that be okay? I just ideally you would eliminate that kind of fear in the workplace.
Totally, I want a straighty to infiltrate the show. Do it.
I'm sitting
This
right
show?
here.
We don't get to see any. No,
Oh.
it's
Her.
Texas. He wants
That
to
would,
make
you know
money
what?
too.
I feel like, and that would be an interesting casting decision to have a straight guy on the show with
I
a
think
bunch
it
of
would.
homosexuals. I think that
I
would
think
be
it
great.
would.
It should
I
be
really
Pauly
do.
D.
I love him.
Said
Oh
straight.
no.
He's so charming. He's not scared.
You should hit
I'm gonna go on a date
that
with
button on your for your
Well, that would
disclosure
also
on that
break
one.
the stereotype.
Exactly.
Oh my
Don't
God.
necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or
Well, no,
principals.
we talk about the situation. We believe that he is.
He jack.
He's just Elmer.
I
Fudd.
believe that he had nothing left on that side of the fence because nobody wanted him. So, you know.
He's checking on the field.
Wait, so Jackie, I just wanted to clear. I'm clear. You think that they shouldn't be like feel fear as like coming out at work? It should just be something they should be able to keep to themselves? Or
I feel it should be not something that you should discuss at all if you don't want to.
Right. Okay.
But then I also think that because when you get hired for a job, nobody should be asking you what your sexual preference is.
Because I, and devil's advocate would say, if I'm gay. So
Really?
If another queen comes to work and they all start talking about what they do, as a gay person, I'm like, bitch, shut up. I'll tell them, bitch, shut up. This is work.
I mean,
But
I would
keep it to
encourage,
yourself.
especially in entertainment, like, for example, Anderson Cooper, I don't know how long it was before he came out, but I
Did he ever come
encourage
out?
them.
No, I don't think.
No.
Just kidding. Allegedly.
The Views Express.
Play some music.
No,
Well,
but no. I know.
thought it was
I see what
out.
you're saying, and
I would encourage it. It could only help their career, in my opinion.
But it's so funny, and I'm totally, and I think I've told you about this, Jackie. Is watching Modern Family. We all know. I don't know if you know, but Eric Stone Street, who plays Cameron, the heavy guy, is straight.
Straighty.
And what's Neil Patrick Harris plays a straight guy on whatever the name of that show is. And it's funny is because
How I Met Your Mother.
When I think of that, I'm like, okay, well, I know that he's gay and he's playing a straight guy. Whenever I see that show, which is like the 5 times I've actually seen it, that's the first thing I think of. Anytime he's on screen, and knowing who I am, I immediately associate with that. But when I watch Modern Family, I don't even think 2 seconds about like Eric Stone Street and him trying or playing, because he actually does a really good job of playing a gay guy, which he would probably get more accolades is the word, maybe for doing that as opposed to the other way around. So I don't, and I'm just, and I guess I'm playing devil's advocate because I see it as, okay, if I were to cast if I were casting a movie and I had a gay character, I probably would hire a gay actor. And that's kind of technically like discriminatory. Is that a word? Mm-hmm. Okay, so, or I can hire a straight actor. But if I am casting a straight character, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna cast an out. You see what I'm saying? An out gay actor.
I mean, I feel though, for anybody who's seen How I Met Your Mother, I think he's
really good, but
he's so good, and I believe it 110%.
But see, and it's not for me. It's not believing it because he is really
the
good.
visual of him going down on some other guy.
And I think that's what a lot of either producers or like people like me, like who think well, he's playing, but it's just. But yet you have Sean Penn who plays a gay guy in a movie and he gets all the credit and he's the best actor and blah blah blah. It's like a stretch for him. So it's kind of like
But it should. I don't know. I think that
Is it fair? No.
It's not fair, and it should work both ways.
No.
We're running out of time, so can we cut? Do we have time for news and gossip or no?
You're good. You can keep going.
You give me a finger.
Okay.
that one. Camera that one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So let's do
inches
some
is
news
that?
and gossip. Let's do some news and gossip.
That's quite a few
You
inches.
just gave
there.
up on it.
Oh, were we done? You want us to keep talking about
You can
this?
keep going. We have a couple more minutes if you want to.
Okay.
If you guys have anything else to add.
Kenny, I assume that you're out at work.
Yes. And it's funny that you mentioned that. It's like,
But when let's say this though, I worked with Kenny, and when I first worked there, I didn't know that Kenny was gay, and I didn't ask him or didn't. I really didn't.
At the firm?
Huh?
You work at the firm?
No, he
No.
worked at. I worked at a firm before the firm,
Okay.
and
It's called the firm.
yeah, it's called the firm.
we're not going to disclose where I work. I don't want any stalkers. Thank you very much.
So the firm I worked at before the firm, I worked with Kenny, and I didn't know he was gay, and it was not.
Allegedly.
I didn't know he was allegedly gay, and it was not like an issue or something I
Well, Jackie, we all
wanted
know
to ask
that you
him.
are very comfortable and you are very like, okay.
And then I didn't know
what color are your
until-
shoes?
I didn't know until like 2 months in, and then someone else made a comment. Oh, you didn't know he's gay, and I was like,
Who?
oh,
Who, by the way?
Izzy.
No,
And
it's
then-
okay.
and then
Jackie turns around. She's like, "Girl."
No, but going back to me. When I first started this job that I'm currently working in, it was, I was there for a week. I didn't tell anyone. And one of my coworkers asked me what I was doing that weekend. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to a parade this weekend. It was Gay Pride in Los Angeles.
And I would have been like, the Disney parade?
And my coworker, who is a close friend of mine, she was like, oh, what parade is it? And I'm like, I actually was talking around the subject because I didn't feel comfortable. I just met these people and I didn't feel comfortable, and I was like, oh, well, it's the one in West Hollywood. And she's like, oh, the Pride Parade. And she told, and I knew I had no problems with, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so that made it easy for me to come out. And this was like a week. I've been there 3.5 years, almost 4 years, and it made it very easy. However, I still run into people that don't know that I'm out and who at work, and it's not shocking to them because they've been around me for like 3 years and it's not a big deal. But I wonder if had I would have told them like when I first started, if the relationship would have been different, blah blah blah. So it's just I feel you do. It's just like when you come out to your parents or whoever.
You do what's comfortable.
Exactly. You do it when you're comfortable and you do it how you feel comfortable. It's not So and it's just, I think the workplace shouldn't be an issue, but it is a problem sometimes. So,
any final thoughts, comments? Dreams?
Cameron's gay.
Yay!
I never told anybody. Until the girls asked me, and then she was like, "Oh, it's such a waste." And I was like, "Well,
what girls?
Did you want some milk?"
Just girls?
Jesus.
The girls at work.
Oh, okay, girls are.
They tried to set me
up.
up.
Wait.
Girls?
Okay.
Yeah,
Really?
Real girls, yeah. They tried to set me up. And I was like,
real
oh.
girls.
They try to set you
I was
up.
like, I have a boyfriend. And they're like, what? It's such a waste. And then, of course, they wanted to see my boyfriend.
Are they all Hawaiian?
No. They're all...
I'm just curious.
They're all from here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting.
But for me, it's the same thing. It's work. I don't want to talk about it. I'm not ashamed of it. I'll talk about it. But the thing is, if you bring it up, then you're opening that door. I'm not going to open it, but I'll shut it. You want to see it?
No.
A-list news and gossip?
No, we're good.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so after wrapping production on The Avengers, writer-director Joss Whedon finally made the feature film version of William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing.
Boring.
He'd been ruminating over for years. The cast includes a host of Whedonverse alums, including Nathan Fillion as Dogberry, Amy Acker as Beatrice, Alexis Denisof as Benedict, Sean Mayer as Don John,
I don't know
Diamond
any of these people.
as Don
You do,
Pedro,
Kenny. Some of them are from Angel and Buffy.
Tom Lenk as Vergis, and Fran Kranz as Claudio.
I am riveted.
I've never watched Angel. I've only seen a few episodes of Buffy.
Tom Lenk is. You've only seen a few
I
episodes.
don't know
Only a few
any of
episodes.
those names.
Tom Lenk's on Buffy.
Then I'll go with it.
I know Nathan Fillion. He's the castle guy.
Yes,
Really?
he was
Yeah.
on Buffy.
He was?
Yeah, he was.
I only watched the earlier Buffy. I
Oh.
didn't watch the later.
He's in the 7th season.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, Cher.
So Cher lashed out at a judge on the TV show Dancing with the Stars after he ridiculed her son Chaz Bono's ballroom skills on Monday night. The transgender star has been competing with professional dancer Lacey Schwimmer in the contest. And on Monday, they performed a Phantom of the Opera-inspired tango as part of the show's Broadway week. The routine failed to impress the judges, with panelist Bruno Tonellini comparing his moves to a cute little penguin trying to be a big menacing bird of prey. And the comments hit a nerve with Bono's superstar mom, who took to Twitter to take Tonioli, I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Tonioli.
The gay one.
Yeah.
There it is.
To task over his remarks. She writes, "That guy has no room to talk little penguins. I find it disrespectful that Bruno refers to Chaz as a little penguin. Mean is not funny. Bruno's reasons, pure selfishness. His only concern was to be his usual funny animated self at Chaz's expense."
And that's
Now-
what the show is. That's what you do on that show.
I watched the clip of it,
Mm-hmm.
Chaz was horrible and literally looked like a penguin.
And I heard that he's been horrible since day one.
Like, it's nothing to do with.
Okay, before he
being
was
protective
Chaz,
and she is
was she
Cher.
ever athletically inclined,
No.
dance inclined? So
Can we clear something up? I
Well,
have
she
a
has
question.
entertainment in her background, so
He.
it would. There's hope that there would be some
No.
rhythm.
He couldn't even move his legs.
I have a question. Does he have a he?
Yeah.
Okay, because I've been
No.
told. Yeah, I've been
he
told
got
different.
his breast removed.
Yeah, but I
he
thought
never
he-
got
the
the
he
penis.
reconstruction.
I didn't. Yeah, I hear like different
thought he
stories.
did.
I saw the OWN special, and he said he was holding off on, the
to get the
reconstructing of his vajayjay
wee-wee.
into a penis.
I thought that was the muscle or the bodybuilder one.
No, it was
Oh.
Chaz going on. I remember seeing that.
Maybe it's
I mean,
just-
unless
maybe,
he's done it
maybe
recently.
she's well endowed. She didn't need it.
I don't think his
There are
partner
such
really
things as
wants it. I
enlarged
think she likes
clitorises.
the
Inches.
vagina Sharon.
You ever got poked by one?
An enlarged clitoris?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Not, wait.
Serious?
No.
An enlarged?
Clitoris.
I've never seen such a thing.
I've seen him in movies.
I've seen him in
Oh
movies
my
too.
God. Okay,
seen it on
aside from the
Google.
porn movies and Google that you've seen this on, let's do some predictions.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
predict,
2.5 inches.
Oh, Lordy.
and we're talking about Phillip.
Oh, this one's back.
Your AfterBuzz.
I thought we got a new one.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Thank you. I like one. That one's better. It's better.
Be very,
Much
very
cleaner.
quiet.
So we know there's going to be a fight between Ashley and Levi. And I saw her slap him.
I
That
predict
looked good.
Phillip and Levi hook up somewhere in this season. Come on. That's going to happen. Levi is pretty.
I guess.
Gross.
Looks like Phillip can unhinge his jaw.
I don't feel like Phillip will go for it.
I don't think
I
Levi's
wonder
in the
who's
black
the
guys.
top and bottom on that situation.
No, but I think Levi's into ass, and he was really like he was poking his like sides. Like, why are you touching him there?
he was like miming squeezing his butt.
That's not going to make the bathing
If
suit
you
look
go
any
back
better.
and
or the
watch
Speedo.
from the first episode, there's been allusion to the fact that I think Levi actually, and he made a comment about being a size queen, that there's an allusion to the possibility that Taylor might be well endowed. Not that I care. I'm not a big size queen. I've had it. Don't like it. But
Yeah, because he keeps talking about how
but I
amazing
think
the sex
Levi
is.
likes it. I don't know. I don't think Levi's really so much enthralled with Phillips.
top?
But I think he actually may be enthralled with, okay, what is the package? I don't know.
Well, clearly the package was not.
The package was insufficient.
His 9 had
it
to
was
add like
the
3
fault
more.
of the Speedo. Not really.
Well, Levi's
right.
body's jacked anyway. So I don't know what that's about.
It's that of a little
So is
boy.
his voice.
I'll take a chubby body, as long as it has a frame. Doesn't look pear-shaped or bow-legged
I
Or
like
boxy.
Austin's body.
or pigeon-toed
Sorry.
I like Rodney's
with Skechers.
Oh, who doesn't like Rodney's body?
I want to make love to myself.
Rodney's too skinny for me, but I'd take him over Austin.
Where's this conversation going? I mean, I thought we were
Everyone
doing
we'd hook
predictions.
up
Who do we want?
Just being honest. I'm being
Our
honest.
prediction is
I mean, let's be honest.
Go ahead,
Ew.
Kenny. Who would you want? A-list New York.
He wants Ashley.
I think that
No, not who you
lesbian
wanna be
sex
like.
is not real sex.
No,
oh my God, that's
we've
for
already
another
been
show.
there.
Okay. Oh, I would take Nyasha. Yeah.
Kenny would take Martin.
Not who you want
Would you take her with or
Martin?
without her wig?
No, without. I need her to look as much as a boy as possible. Well,
that is
wouldn't
not
be hard.
possible.
She wouldn't be that bad.
No, I
looking.
can't see you with a tranny.
Would it be kinky to like rip her wig off?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't
Rodney
be,
was
I
saying
wouldn't be in
that
that
She would
position.
beat his ass.
That
No,
is
if I had to
true.
pick, if I had to
I hope
pick,
you run
everyone knows
fast.
that I would pick Riken.
That's true.
Yeah, that would be
And
my pick.
salt and pepper his hair, done. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
I wasn't here for A-list New York, but I always thought that Riken was always trying to be gay. Like he just wasn't gay enough for me.
Oh no, he was
Riken's
there.
he
not
just couldn't fit
anything
in.
enough of anything. He just
No, he
doesn't
was
fit
just
into any.
insufficient.
But see, I think Riken is a perfect example of just an average gay man. It's like he's not a stereotype.
I think he's
just
a
gay.
perfect example of an average man. Period. Like
Yeah.
he does not.
I think
He
he's
is
a
average.
wraith in society. He just floats through society.
Yeah,
has no
whichever
place,
the
doesn't belong
wind
anywhere.
blows, that's where he's gonna go. And that's what James is like. It's wherever the wind blows.
Rodney, just love me, don't let me go.
Is everyone? What? Oh, man, I wish I was here when you guys discussed his song. Remember when he had? I think that was season 1 where he wrote a
Oh,
song
Oh,
and
we
he
weren't
performed
here.
it. Oh. Can Can we do like A-list
First you
flashbacks?
were one and then you were two.
No,
I
that's
was
New
singing
Jersey.
that all last night.
I'd rather watch Gia.
Watch us
right.
next week for A-list flashbacks.
Bye, guys. Everybody talk with an underbite. Have a good one.
I'm just gonna talk like Phillip
Totally.
and say goodbye.
Oh my god, that was amazing.
I'm done.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janedy, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.